Okay, children, I hope you all understood about the knowing about plants. But today we are going to look around our textbook. The lesson name is Knowing About Plants. In this, what are the learning outcomes they given? Identify parts of a plant such as root, leaf, stem, flowers, and differentiate taproot and fibrous roots, and draw label diagrams showing parts of leaves, and make efforts to protect environment by taking care of plants. See here, coming to this question, what kind of plants do you find at home, in your surroundings, or in the park? Does all the plants you see similar, and what are the similarities among them? So let us, we have to see the parts of a plant. See, in this they given some parts. This is a brinjal plant and it contains some roots, stem, flowers, fruits and also leaves. These are the basic parts of plant. And activity 1, identification of plant parts. Observe the collected plants and try to identify their parts. Take the help of figure number 1 and write your observations in table 1. Let us discuss the following questions. See here, table 1 they given what you observed in your surroundings. You have to write serial number and name of the plant, and if it contains roots, stems, leaves, flowers, you can write. If whether it contains yes, then you can write S. Whether it is contains stem, you can write S. So like that you have to fill this table. Children, while you are learning, at that time only you can fill these tables interestingly. And coming to this, based on that table, they ask some questions. Did you find any plant which does not have roots? And are the leaves of all the plants similar in size? And is there any plant without flowers? And what are the common parts that you observe in all plants? So, based on these questions, we have to give the answer. There are variations in the size and shape of plants, but generally all plants have common parts, that is roots, stems and leaves. Have you ever thought about the importance of leaf, stem and roots in plants? So, we have to know the functions of the parts. See here, they given root. The underground part of the main axis of the plant is called root. There are two types of root systems in plants. What are the children? Taproot system and fibrous root system. And compare the roots of your sample plants with pictures provided and write either taproot or fibrous roots in the column types of root system according to your observation. And see, they given taproots and fibrous roots. See, there are the examples of a large tapering main root and small sprouted small roots are coming from the main root. This type of root system we called as taproot system. And coming to this fibrous root system, all roots also in same size only, and also they are like a bunch of roots, and they also like fine like structures, okay, fine thread like structures. And coming to the table 3, and they given here Tredax plant, okay, name of the plant and type of root system. You have to observe your surroundings and then you can write that. By this we can understood that the taproot system consists of single root called taproot and which grows straight down into the ground, and the smaller roots called lateral roots arise from the taproots. However, fibrous root system consists of a cluster of roots arising from the base of the stem. They are thin and uniform in size. So this is about the taproot system and fibrous root system. And coming to the activity 2. See here, take 2 paper cups and fill them with fertile soil. Sow 2 or 3 bean seeds in the cup and few finger millets or ragulu in another cup. Sprinkle water over them, then place them by the window. After a couple of days, you will see them sprout. Observe the emerging leaves. How many leaves have emerged from the bean seeds? See, it is 2. So, the first leaves emerging from the seed during germination are known as seed leaves. The seed leaf within the seed is called cotyledon. Upon germination, these cotyledons emerge as the first leaves of seedlings. Plants are classified as monocots and dicots based on the number of cotyledons. Bean seed has 2 cotyledons, so it is a dicot plant. And finger millets or ragulu has only 1 cotyledon, so it is a monocot plant. Now, from the above activity, we have learned that dicot plants have taproot, whereas monocot plants have fibrous root system. Observe the plants in your surroundings and find out whether all the dicot plants are monocot plants with taproot system or fibrous root system. And coming to the activity 3. Water absorption by root. Already I told aim to observe absorption of water by root and what are the materials required and what to do. Place a carrot in glass of water with a few drops of blue ink and leave the carrot in water for 2 or 3 days. Then cut the carrot into half length and after if you observe they can see that blue color appears in the carrot. So what do you learn? The blue color indicates that water moved upwards in the carrot by showing that root conducts water. And what are the functions of root? Fixes the plant to the soil and absorbs water and minerals from the soil and stores food in some plants like carrot and beetroot. Here they give a modification of roots. See here, beetroot and turnips and also carrot. Some plants store food in their roots and stems. Some plants like radish, carrot, beetroot store food materials in their roots. So these roots bulge out and are called tuberous roots. Can you give some examples? Another examples for this is turnip and also sweet potato. And coming to this, how that we already I told you aerial roots. See, these are banyan tree and this is sugarcane and this is maize crop. These all also comes under the aerial roots. And coming to the next part is stem. Okay. The aerial part of the plant body above the ground is known as the shoot system and axis of the shoot system is called the stem. The shoot system consists of stem, leaves, flowers and fruits. The stem grows above the soil and it grows towards the sunlight, has nodes and internodes. Nodes are the parts of stem where the leaf arises. This only we can tell that nodes of the plant. See, nodes and internodes. And nodes are the parts of stem where the leaf arises. And the part of the stem between two successive nodes is called internode. The bud at the tip of the stem is also known as apical or terminal bud. See, which bud is in the tip of the plant we called as terminal bud, and the buds at the axils of the leaves are called auxiliary buds. Okay, and coming to the activity 4, conduction of water. What is the aim? To observe the conduction of water by a stem. And what do you need? A small twig of balsam plant or a glass of water and a few drops of red ink. And what to need? Place the small twig in water with the red ink. And what do you see? The stem turns reddish. So what do you learn? This is because red ink is taken and transported by the stem upwards. Now see here how that red color appears on the part of stem. So if you do this activity also you can understood about the conduction of water. And coming to the functions of the stem. Supports the branches, leaves, flowers and fruits and transports water and minerals from roots to upper aerial parts of the plant. and transports food from leaves to other parts through the stem and stores food as in the case of sugarcane. And these are the modification of stem stored food. What are that? Some plants like potato, turmeric, garlic, ginger and sugar can store food material in the stem due to which the stem bulks in size. Generally, we think that these all are tubers or roots. Actually, they are modified stems. What are the modified stems? See children, potato, ginger, turmeric and garlic are called modified stems. Now you have to observe the parts of a leaf. See, leaf blade, petiole, veins, lamina and midrib. These are the basic parts of the leaf, and in your textbook they given table 3 and you have to write the name of the plant and whether it contains leaf blades then you can write S, whether it contains petiole you can write S, whether it contains lamina you can write S, and you can mention the shape of the leaf, whether it is a heart shape or round shape you have to write in that tabular form. And what is meant by venation? The arrangement of veins in a leaf is called venation. And how many types of venations are there? There are two types. There are two types of venation. That is reticulate venation and parallel venation. See, in that reticulate venation, how the veins are looks like a net only, and coming to this parallel venation it is like a line like structure, so that only we called as parallel venation. And come on children, you have to write the table for name of the plant and venation, whether it is contain reticulate venation or parallel venation. And for example, I will tell now one example. Name of the plant is rose and that venation is reticulate venation. Like that you have to complete that table. And now let us see, these are the stomatas, and I told to you the bean shaped organs which are present in the leaf are called stomata. If you observe under the microscope you can see this bean shape. And what is meant by transpiration? See, already I told you this activity also, transpiration. This polythene cover contains some water drops. So, the plant can send the excess water in the form of water vapor. That process we called as transpiration. See, definition also they given. This process of releasing water in the form of vapor by leaves is called transpiration. Only leaves only can do this transpiration. Now coming to the functions of the leaf. Okay. Leaves play an important role in the life of plants. What are that? Help in respiration and also carry out transpiration and also prepare food by the process of photosynthesis. What is meant by photosynthesis? Green plants prepare their own food with the process of photosynthesis. Okay, and what are the elements? Air, water, sunlight, and in the presence of chlorophyll, the green plants make their own food, and so that only we call the plants are the primary sources of food. See here, do you know? These are called potikalu. These are called potikalu. And what is meant by potikalu? Potikalu is a traditional food of Konaseema of Godavari districts. Okay, leaves of jackfruit tree are used in its preparation, and they make cups with these leaves and fill them with batter made of black gram like idli rava or rice rava. These cups are steamed to get potikalu, and they can be taken with any chutney like that of idli, and they are healthy and delicious with jackfruit flour. So what we call this? Potikalu. See, once you closely observe, it is also like a idli only, but we have to prepare in that jackfruit leaves only. And coming to the flower is another important part in the plant. The flower has colorful called parts called petals, and they attract insects for pollination and produce fruits, and we grow for colorful flowers which give beauty to nature. We will learn more about from the next classes, and these are the keywords and what we have to learn. This is the recapitulation of this lesson. Now coming to the bit part. Fill in the blanks. Taproot system is present in dicot plants only. Okay, and monocot plants are present contain fibrous roots. Okay, the bud at the tip of the stem is known as terminal bud, and part of the leaf that helps in exchange of gases is stomata, and primary organs of photosynthesis are leaves. Okay children, and coming to the choose the correct answer. The important function of stomata is, see what is the option? Correct option: A conduction, B transpiration, C photosynthesis, and D absorption. What is the correct answer children? Yes, come on, transpiration. And parts of plant that helps in absorption of water and minerals. See which is the plant part? Root. And third one, part of the stem from where leaves arise is called nodes. Okay, that we called as nodes. See, now coming to the answer the following, but just I will give outlines only. After that you have to write in your CW notes seeing from the material book. See here, what are the important parts of a plant children? Come on, say. The basic part of the plants are roots, stem, leaf, flower and fruits. And second question, how does the stem helps the plant? What are the functions of the stem? You have to write in that question answer. And coming to the third one, what is the relationship between the type of root system and venation? Is there any relation? Yes, is there. So, if the venation is reticulate venation, automatically that root system is taproot system. If the venation is parallel venation, the root system is fibrous root system. So, this is the relationship between the types of root system and venation. Okay children, and coming to fourth question. Rajini said respiration takes place in leaves. Is she correct? How can you support this statement? Yes, respiration can take place in leaves because the organs of stomata are present in the leaves only. So that only respiration can take place in leaves. And fifth one, what will happen if a plant doesn't have any leaves? See, if the plant doesn't any leaves, they will not prepare any food also. And also coming to the sixth one, how can you show that plants absorb water through their roots? See, some of the activity they given in our textbook, so you have to write in your own words. And coming to seventh one, explain the various parts of a plant with the help of a diagram. When you are drawing a diagram, you have to draw with neat lines and explain the parts of a leaf with the help of a diagram. And coming to the ninth question, John has no sufficient place around his house to grow plants, but he wants to grow vegetables like tomato or brinjal. Suggest him some ways to grow plants. See, one I will give, and after you have to write in your own. For example, if he keep any plants in his balcony, okay, nowadays some of the plants like hybrid plants, they are giving immediately the fruits. So that I will suggest him to keep the plants in balcony. And after that, activities and projects. Collect any plant from your surroundings, draw its root structure and what can you say about its root system. And second one, collect the leaves of various plants and prepare a herbarium. Write a brief report on their shape, size and venation, and prepare a greeting card with dry leaves. Okay, and observe a plant which has healthy green leaves and beautiful flowers. Write your feelings about the plant in your notebook. Children, I hope you all understood about the explanation of textbook and bit part. Immediately you have to complete the lesson 1 and lesson 2 notes, because after that we will conduct exam. So you have to get good marks. So if you follow my words, you have to get a very good marks in these subjects. Thank you.